After a whole 10 years, I finally landed in Seoul, my hometown. I couldn't believe it! Then, out of nowhere, a group of insanely handsome guys in black suits appeared and bowed to me.
Ms. Jinu, welcome home.
Oh my, I had zero clue what was happening when they gently guided me toward a Bentley that literally screamed Chibo Era's energy. I just went along. I mean, even if this was a kidnapping, honestly worth it. Hi, I'm Jinu, second 17 years old, half Korean, half American. I was born 5 minutes after my big sis, Luna, and 10 minutes before my little sis, Rumi. Yep, I'm a triplet. Growing up with my sisters in Korea was like having two built-in soulmates. We all love tteokbokki and bingsu, but none of us could ever survive the smell of cheonggukjang, that super fermented soybean stew. And if Luna caught a cold, Rumi and I would randomly sneeze for no reason. Or when Minji wandered off, which happened every day, Luna and I could always sense where she was. We even made a time capsule together, burying it under the giant tree that had been standing for generations. It was our promise to each other, to return in 10 years and see where life had taken us. But then, everything changed. Mom and Dad got divorced, and Mom brought me half across the globe to the US. It broke my heart to leave Luna and Rumi behind. We tried everything to stay connected. Texts, video calls, even sending each other little care packages. But with the crazy time difference, school, and life, slowly, we drifted apart. Still, I tried my best to hold on to my Korean part as a way of staying connected with them. Fast forward to the present. I finally got the chance to come back to Korea, only to be whisked away by a Bentley full of handsome bodyguards. The car pulled up to this massive Hanok mansion like something straight out of a K-drama. When the gate opened, two dainty figures appeared, both with flawless porcelain skin.
Luna, Rumi.
I ran to them, ready to pull them into the hug I'd been dreaming of for years, but they died like it was a freaking parasite. How could they be this cold after all these years apart?
Sister, welcome home.
Please come inside. Father and the family are waiting for you.
Wait, this was our house? Turns out Dad had kept his insanely wealthy background a secret. I'm talking like founder of Korea's biggest hospital empire kind of wealth. So after the divorce, he returned to his chaebol roots. I know drama, but wait till you meet the relatives.
Oh, she's a bit chubby, isn't she?
Her skin's too tan, don't you think?
What is she wearing? So American.
In my panic, I just kept bowing like a broken bobblehead, then accidentally bumped into Ajashi. I'm so sorry, Jae, Nun, Mion, Hayo. Luna had to step in and apologize on my behalf.
So embarrassing.
Before I could blink, I was sitting at this massive dinner table, surrounded by a feast fit for royalty. I lost all self-control, devouring everything in sight like I hadn't eaten in weeks. Suddenly, every pair of eyes locked on me.
Psst. I'm not supposed to eat before the elders.
Oops. My bad.
We gathered here today, first, to welcome my daughter Jinu home, and second, I'd like to announce that we're opening a new hospital branch overs. We need someone with international experience to lead it. I believe no one is more suited than Jinu.
Completely choked on the tangerine seeds and spat them out like little missiles flying straight at the elders. Every pair of eyes turned to me in silent judgment. Dad had to awkwardly wrap up dinner on the spot while I mentally filled out a one-way application to disappear from Earth. That night, I couldn't sleep. I wanted to talk to Luna and Rumi, to finally reconnect like old times. Then I found them talking in the backyard, but I noticed their mood was off.
Ani, don't be upset. I'm sure Dad still thinks highly of you.
Apparently not. She just got here and suddenly she's the one chosen to run the overseas branch. What has she done to deserve it? Honestly, she should just stay in America.
My chest heightened and my feelings almost slipped out. Luna and Rumi turned and saw me.
Jinu, wait!
I stumbled back to my room, and early the next morning, I was ready to catch the first flight back to the States. Luna was right. I didn't belong here, but on my way to the airport, a part of me couldn't let go. It urged me to make one last attempt to reconnect with my sisters. There was still one thing I had to the time capsule. Where was the ancient tree? Did they tear it down just to replace it with this cold, lifeless concrete block? That meant the time capsule was gone too. Suddenly, tears welled up in my eyes. All the memories, all the promises erased.
You were looking for the time capsule, weren't you?
How did you know?
Triplet bond, remember? Don't worry. We moved it before the construction and kept it somewhere safe. 'Cause we knew you'd come back one day, and we didn't want to open it without you.
Really? So where is it now? Right here in our backyard.
Yep, closest to our hearts, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Ani, what's it like being away from home?
Honestly, lonely. I missed you both every single day, and sometimes it felt like I lost that special connection with you guys.
Hey, you know Luna didn't mean what she said, right? It's just that overseas position meant a lot to her. I think she's more mad at herself than at you.
I really wanted to believe that. Then, out of nowhere, Rumi came up with an idea for us to bond before I left for the States. First, she convinced Luna to go to Inorobang, a Korean karaoke place. I grabbed the mic and blasted out the catchiest K-pop tune.
아파트 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 kissy face sent to your phone but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real.
Ah, addict girl.
Then we headed to the street food stall in front of our old school, eagerly stuffing our faces with tae tteokbokki and odeng. The flavor just hit nostalgic and comforting. Afterward, we made our way to the dimjabong, lying side by side in oversized sauna uniforms. Nothing felt more perfect than this moment. As the lights dimmed, I felt Luna's hand gently slip into mine.
I'm sorry for what I said. I never meant to make you feel left out. I let rivalry get the best of me. The truth is, I miss you too. And I'm just so glad you're finally home.
I smiled through the tears. Finally, our hearts were back where they belonged, together. Later, I spoke to Dad about the overseas branch and suggested that felt Luna should take the lead. Given her extensive research into the market, I'd support her by offering insights where needed. Dad agreed, and it perfectly aligned with his plan to launch a high-profile corporate event to present the project felt. Luna was ecstatic and determined to prove herself. She dove into the work, drowning in documents, meetings, and endless calls. Rumi and I tried to pull her away for a break, but she barely glanced up from her laptop. One night, I woke up from a faint sob, followed the sound, and found Luna sitting alone in the backyard, wiping her tears. It took me forever to get her to open up.
The venue just canceled our reservation, and we only have a few days left before the event. I thought I could handle this on my own because Dad trusted me. You trusted me, but now it's all ruined. I failed everyone.
Her cries were so loud, they woke Rumi up. The two of us tried everything to calm her down. You don't have to do this alone. We've got you, the three of us. We'll pull it off together. The very next day, we sprang into action. Rumi pulled out her tablet and started calling every guest to confirm their attendance and send them the updated venue details. I rushed to the backup venue, coordinating with the staff to rearrange seating and set up the banners and lights. Meanwhile, back home, Luna was typing like a machine, revising her presentation and replanning the event timeline. Time passed quickly, and by D-Day, we have turned complete chaos into a perfectly coordinated event. The guests arrived, the music played, and the stage light lit the room. Dad walked onto the stage, beaming with pride. When Luna confidently delivered her speech, Rumi and I watched her with nothing but admiration. She did it! We did it together. That night, we celebrated in the backyard, just like old times. Laughter filled the air as we enjoyed food and drinks under the stars. But as the night wore on, an unexpected silence fell over us. I suddenly remembered the time capsule. Without a word, we all grabbed the shovels and began digging. There it was, just like I remembered. Inside, we found little trinkets, notes and pictures, fragments of our childhood sitting there, surrounded by pieces of our past and present. It felt like time had come full circle.
Hey, there's something I need to tell you. I'm going to study abroad in France.
Both Luna and I froze. I turned to her, expecting anger or frustration, but instead her face softened.
Well, you should. You've worked hard for it, Rumi. You deserve it.
But I'll be so far away. What if we lose touch?
You won't! No matter how far apart we are, we'll always be there for each other. And no distance will ever break that bond. We decided to make a new time capsule, gathering new trinkets, Polaroids, and notes for our future selves. Let's bury it here, and when we're ready, we'll come back and open it together. And just like that, a new pact was made. A promise that no matter where life took us, no matter the distance, we would always find our way back to each other. After 10 years of trying to get pregnant, the woman finally got the great news. But her happiness was short-lived. The doctor looked straight into her eyes and said,
Ma'am, your baby has Down syndrome.
Months later, she delivered the baby, and it was me, born completely normal and 100% healthy. Everyone said it was a miracle, and that's what my name means. Hi, I'm Nasa from Alabama. But before I continue my amazing story, click like and subscribe. My dad had a mechanics workshop, and I hardly saw him because he worked so much all the time. Even though Mom came from a rich background, she never helped Dad with money.
Isn't that God's will? A man has to sweat and earn his bread and provide for his family. If you want to eat, you better put food on the table.
Once when I was 3, Mom and I visited him at the workshop. He was fixing a car and asking me to hand him the plier. I didn't know what it was, so I just picked up the entire toolbox and put it in front of him. He was shocked.
How did you do that, Nasa?
Just like that, Daddy? It's easy.
Oh my God, you're so strong. Oh, my daughter. No, it's like you're my son.
Why are you looking so happy, idiot? I don't want a manly daughter. Girls aren't supposed to be delicate. This is what I get. After 10 years of waiting, I'm taking her to the doctor.
The doctor said I was exceptionally strong because my muscle strength and testosterone levels were higher than most girls. But Mom just kept calling me a freak. She decided to leave me with Dad every day at work to help him make more money. 2 years later, Mom gave birth to my little sister, Ella. But she was born with the Down syndrome the doctors had predicted for me. The minute we saw Ella, Dad and I were in love with her. And we made sure she didn't feel different growing up. But Mom just couldn't stop complaining about us.
Why is God so mad at me? First, you came out really weird, and now Ella. I must have done something terrible in my life that I'm getting punished for.
She was trying to feed Ella as she whined nonstop. And suddenly, Ella spat out all the food on her face. Gosh, I loved that kid. Mom also didn't allow us to watch YouTube videos because she said it was a sin to do anything fun. She blocked YouTube. But I found an amazing app that can solve it. I took Ella to my room, and we watched videos all night long. One day, when I was at Dad's workshop, a bus suddenly stopped in front of us, and a man jumped off.
Oh my God, girl! Are you for real? You just lifted those big tires all by yourself? I'm already seeing you as an Olympic weightlifting champion.
The man introduced himself as a sports coach and asked me to join his school in California. He also gave Dad his card and said he'd be waiting for us to tell him when we could leave. Dad was so excited for me, and I felt like I'd just won the lottery. But when I told Mom, she flipped out.
Are you crazy? I'm not trusting a stranger and leaving the place and the wealth God's given me here. No one is going anywhere.
I was super bummed at Mom's reaction, but then little Ella came up to me with a solution.
What if Mom has nothing? Let's throw all her money away.
OMG, Ella, you're a genius. Yes, let's donate Mom's money to charity. I found a charity organization and filled out all the forms online. But suddenly, I started to lose my nerve. Maybe this isn't such a good idea, Ella. I don't think we should do this.
Yes, we should.
With that, she clicked on enter, and in a second, Mom lost all her money. Even Dad's workshop was in her name, and it was gone. She threw the biggest tantrum ever and even threatened the organization to return her money. But they refused, and there was nothing she could do about it. Angry and frustrated, she finally agreed to the last option, going to Cali. And she never knew it was us. When we got there, the coach showed us a small house for rent. He also assured us that he'd get special scholarships for Ella and me, and we'd be going to the same school.
How can you be happy about this, Nasa? You know how Ella is. What am I supposed to do? Go to school with her and guard her from the bullies?
You don't need to do that, Mom. I'll handle it. She's mine. On the first day of school, I dropped Ella in her classroom. When I entered mine, I saw no teacher there, but a girl was catwalking in front of everyone. As I tried to slide past her, she stepped on my foot with her pointed heels. I yelped in pain, but she started yelling at me instead of saying, "Sorry."
You idiot! Why did you bomb my show? I was rehearsing for the beauty pageant contest.
Oh, your show. I thought this was a classroom, not a stage.
Well, you thought wrong. I'm the queen of the school, and I make the rules. And I say the whole world's my stage.
Wow, she seemed crazy and really full of herself. Later that day, Ella and I were eating lunch in the cafeteria when Auntie came over and said we were sitting at her table. Just then, she saw Ella and she started laughing.
Oh, you didn't say you have a sister? Well, I can see why. I mean, you must be so embarrassed by her.
Shut up, Ancy. You're just embarrassing yourself.
You can't talk to me like that. I told you, I'm the queen here, the hottest girl in school.
Why do you have a fever?
I think she does. Ella, let's help her feel better. And with that, I threw a glass of ice-cold water in her face. The whole cafeteria burst into laughter while Ancy screamed and stormed off. So many people thought Ella was adorable and wanted to be friends with her. Meanwhile, I also started weightlifting practice, and the coach was stunned to see me lifting heavier weights than the boys on the team. One day when I came out of the gym, I saw Ella standing with a sad face outside the dance room. I asked her what had happened, and she cried out,
I don't want to be here. These girls are mean. They don't want me on the team.
I barged into the dance room, and I wasn't surprised to see Ancy there. Hey, why did you tell my sister she can't be on the dance team? What's wrong with her?
What's wrong? Are you blind? It's obvious she can't do fast moves with us, and we don't have forever to teach her. Now be off with your DD dumb sister.
I totally lost it. I walked over to their sound system, pushed over the big speakers, and wrenched out all the wires. As Ella and I walked out, she turned around and locked the door from the outside. That was an awesome moment. But we got caught and ended up in detention. And Mom went nuts when she found out.
God, I knew this would happen. Ella is not like everyone, and she can't be with everyone. You were unkind to that girl, and that makes you two sinners. I'm going to go pray now. I don't want to go to hell with you.
Our daughters are not unkind. I'm sure there was a good reason.
But before he could finish, Mom just pushed him aside and stormed off. Mom is just terrible. The next day at school, I looked for Ella during recess, and I couldn't find her anywhere. I was running all over the place, feeling panic rise inside. Where could she be? Just then, I spotted a grand piano in the corridor, blocking the janitor's closet. As I stepped closer, I heard Ella crying out for help. Oh my God! Ella, I'm here! I'll get you out, sweetie! With one big push, I swept the piano out of the way and opened the door. Poor Ella came tumbling out in my arms, crying like crazy.
Ancy told me to go inside.
I was gonna destroy that witch. I stormed off to the dance room with Ella, and before I could get to Ancy, Ella ran straight at her, pushing her aside. They both landed on the floor, and just then, a beam fell off the roof exactly where Ancy was standing seconds ago. Oh my God, Ella had just saved Ancy.
I saw it was falling, so
How dare you touch me, you moron! I don't want your disease rubbing off on me!
That was the last straw. I walked up to Ancy and gave her a hard slap. You're a heartless bully, Ancy. You think she's weaker than you, so you pick on her. But here, she is saving your stupid butt after everything you've done. She's got more heart and strength than you ever will. And you could learn a thing or two from her. We all could. Because Ella is freaking amazing. Just then, I turned to see lots of kids had followed us into the dance room, and they were all clapping and cheering for Ella. Everyone started to boo Ancy, and she ran off crying. When we got home, I couldn't wait to tell our parents what a hero Ella had been. But we found the two fighting loudly.
I'm not putting up with your embarrassing daughters anymore. My church friends say they are weirdos. Do you know how that makes me feel? I'll stay only if we give them up for adoption. Decide.
That is the easiest decision I've ever had to make. You're a selfish, horrible woman, and you don't know how to love anyone. So please, for the love of God, get out.
Wow! Dad finally spoke up. Mom shouted and cried, but Dad just threw her bags out on the street, and our lives at home became so much happier. The next day when we were leaving school, Ancy suddenly leapt out from behind a tree and spat at Ella. I was about to attack her when suddenly a well-dressed man stepped in and grabbed Ancy's arm.
What did I just see? Ancy, I can't believe it! How could you be so cruel to this child? You're grounded for a very long time, and you're off the dance team.
Dad, you can't do that!
Keep talking, and I'll ask the principal to expel you myself. Apologize now.
Well, the queen bee finally bowed her head. Also, it turned out that Nancy's dad was a big-shot doctor, and he offered to take over all of Ella's medical bills and help out with any therapy she needed. When Mom heard that Ella wouldn't be expensive now, she contacted us by saying that she was sorry, and she always knew we were special. but we told her to leave us alone. After a year of training, the coach said it was my time to shine. He entered me into many weightlifting competitions, and my medal collection has just begun. And I always have my biggest supporter cheering me on.
Hi, I'm Miriam from London. Please like and subscribe. I lived with my parents and my grandma on my dad's side. Grandma was a millionaire, so we lived in a mansion with a pool and even a tennis court. But Grandma was also the meanest lady on the planet. Except to me. When Mom made dinner, everything tasted wrong.
I've never eaten rice this overcooked. I might as well eat bleach for dinner.
But one time, I made Grandma a mustard sandwich and she was blown away.
Look at you, already cooking at 10 years old. My granddaughter is the smartest girl on the planet.
Grandma also showered me with expensive gifts constantly. One time, I helped Dad clean the floors, and Grandma bought me a TV for my room.
Look at you doing your chores. This is what you get for being an angel, darling.
Grandma scolded Mom and Dad for not spoiling me the way she did.
Miriam had a fever yesterday. You two cheapskates couldn't hire a singer or a boy band to entertain her.
Even though she was a jerk to everyone around her, I loved being Grandma's little gem. Whenever my parents got mad at me, I had my grandma to hide behind.
What is this? D on your biology test? Miriam.
Grandma, Mom's yelling at me.
How dare you put that kind of pressure on Mariama? Sweetie, you don't have to study if you don't want to.
My parents really wanted me to become a doctor. When I grew up, they would get me all sorts of medical toys. But all I was ever interested in was paints, clays, and brushes. I often imagined myself as a famous painter and pretended to take a veil off a painting I made. Everyone would tell me I was the next Picasso, and I'd say, "Oh, you're all too kind." One day in 9th grade, I decided to sign up for a painting class, but my dumb parents said I had to take chemistry.
It's time you start taking school seriously, young lady.
We've had enough of your art nonsense.
That was it. I opened my mouth and started to scream. Mom and Dad covered their ears.
What is the matter with you? Are you a toddler?
I think I lost my hearing.
Grandma, they're being so mean to want to take biology. I want to paint.
You two should be ashamed of yourselves. Miriam is obviously an art prodigy and should be painting as much as she wants.
We'll compromise then. You will take biology class, but we'll hire a tutor to give you private art lessons.
Really? Really? Oh, thank you so much. I knew I was being a little bratty, but if I could take private art lessons, so be it. My art tutor turned out to be a girl from my school. Her name was Layla, and she was in the 11th grade. And I didn't mind having her for my art tutor at all. She was one of the most popular girls in school and looked like a supermodel. I'd always heard about her, but I never got to talk to her before.
I'm gonna help you become one of the greatest painters. Soon you won't even need to go to school anymore.
I sure hope you're right. I didn't know you were an artist, Layla. No one ever said anything.
Nobody really knows me at all, really. I think I'm only popular because of how I look, but I don't have any real friends.
Layla and I spent an hour painting and talking, and Layla was right. She wasn't like most popular girls at all. In fact, she was a little weird. One time, I decided to paint my entire face green, just to see what it would look like. All right then, so I guess we're done for today.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something. My parents are on vacation for like 6 months, so I'm all alone in my house. Can I stay at your place? I'll help out around the house and give you triple the art lessons.
Triple the art lessons? I was gonna make sure Layla could live with us. Oh, for sure. I just gotta talk to my grandma. But my parents happen to be in the same room as Grandma, and they wouldn't have it.
Some stranger living in our home? Are you crazy?
Might as well invite a robber to live with us.
You guys are so unfair. She said she's gonna give me triple the art lessons. Grandma, tell my parents to stop being jerks.
Miriam's right. You two are heartless people, not letting a friend of Miriam's into our home, not letting her follow her dreams. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
I knew then Layla was gonna stay with us for as long as I wanted her to. But as time passed, I didn't just do art with Layla. I also talked to her for hours.
Miriam, how come your grandma's such a bully?
She's a bully to everyone, but not to me.
Don't you worry, one day she'll bully you too.
No, Grandma loves me.
You know, you're kinda naive, Miriam. Sort of like a kid.
I am not.
No, it's a good thing. I wish I was more like that.
Layla said the most confusing things, but I loved every moment I spent with her. Even at school, being with Layla was an adventure. She would do the weirdest things.
Miriam, come with us to the boys' bathroom. We're gonna tape anonymous love letters on the wall.
Are you crazy? Why?
Because it'll drive them crazy.
When no one was looking, Layla leaned over to me and whispered,
Consider this your most important art, how to win over the boy you love.
But I don't like any boys.
Or maybe boys don't like you. You're two. I don't know what the word is.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Boys just maybe aren't into you. Like I said, you're kinda young for your age.
Layla taped her anonymous love letter to the wall and left me inside the boys' bathroom. I was mad after Layla said that. I even refused to talk to her after school.
Come on, Miriam. Don't be so sensitive. I didn't mean anything by it.
You insulted me. Maybe you are just another mean, popular girl.
I'm sorry. You're right. Sometimes I say stupid things. Sometimes I think there's something wrong with me.
What do you mean? Layla didn't answer. Instead, she took me to this gorgeous hiking trail to paint. I forgot all about our conversation. Layla, do you think I can win the Easter drawing contest, become the best artist in the world, and maybe even drop out of school?
It doesn't work like that, silly. I was kidding when I said that maybe you'll never be a great painter.
You don't think I'll ever be a great painter?
I don't know, really. But did you know that you're the best student I've ever had? Maybe you won't become a famous painter, but you can win the Easter drawing contest and become famous for something else.
Why was Layla always speaking in these weird riddles? Layla helped me a lot, and in the end, with my own effort and her dedication, I won the Easter drawing contest. After the contest, I felt closer to Layla than I had ever felt to anyone before, even though she was still a mystery. Then 10 months later, Grandma started picking on Layla one day. It was totally out of the blue at dinner time.
Dear, I assume your parents are successful painters?
No, ma'am. It's just me who likes to paint. My parents are doctors. But like I said, now they're on vacation.
On vacation? For almost a year, and you haven't displayed your paintings in galleries, started a business, and made something of yourself?
Ma'am, I'm only 17.
By the time I was 17, I was already starting my own startup. Your freeloader is what you are.
Grandma!
Excuse me, but I think I'll go to my room now.
I watched Layla get up from the table as her eyes filled with tears. Why was Grandma being so cruel all of a sudden? I was used to her bullying my parents, but Layla, I could barely stand it. I jumped up to follow Layla. Layla, wait! Don't take what Grandma said to heart. I told you she can be mean sometimes.
Your grandma's right. Miriam, I have to tell you something.
What is it?
I lied before. My parents aren't on a trip. The truth is, I am homeless. After my parents died, I tried going to an orphanage. But they didn't take care of me, so I ran away. And I've been living on the streets so far. I've been able to keep it a secret at our school, but I'm worried one day they'll find out.
Oh, Layla, I had no idea. Listen, if I tell Grandma about your situation, she'll understand. She always agrees with whatever I say, no matter what. But when I told Grandma Layla's story, her face turned white with anger. She looked like a statue.
I want her out of my house. Miriam, I can't believe I ever agreed to let a filthy child criminal into my home. She leaves today, and I'm calling the police.
Grandma, you can't do that. It wasn't her fault. I want her to stay here and teach me art. She's the bestest friend I've ever had. And for the first time ever, Grandma turned her anger on me.
You don't know what you're saying, Miriam. You're just a silly child. Layla leaves my house today, like it or not.
Then something inside me burst. Grandma, I've had enough of your cruelty. You bully everyone around you, and I'm sick of it. You have no idea what Layla's gone through, and you have no idea what she means to me. Without waiting a split second, I ran back to my bedroom to find Layla, but she wasn't there. Where had she gone? All of a sudden, I saw Layla outside the window with a backpack. She was walking farther and farther away from our house. I dashed outside. Layla, where are you going? Layla just ignored me and kept walking. I ran up to her and grabbed her arm. Layla, please don't leave. You were right about Grandma. She is a bully, and I finally stood up to her. I don't care about what she wants. I care about you, Miriam.
I think you better forget about me. It's for the best.
What do you mean? I could never forget about you.
You're not my family, Miriam. I don't have any family. Nobody loves me. I'm just your art teacher. That's all I ever was.
Before I could say another word, Layla left. I tried chasing her. I never knew someone could run so fast. But after miles of sprinting, I collapsed on the ground and I burst into tears. I didn't get home until midnight. Grandma and my parents stood in the living room next to our giant, fancy fireplace. Grandma's eyes looked like they were on fire.
You spoiled, awful child. Yelling at me and then vanishing out into the night. I should have you locked up in jail.
Okay. Let's go easy.
She made a mistake. She's still your sweet Miriam, isn't she?
She was my sweet Miriam. That was before she became friends with a dirty homeless and spoke back to me. And if she keeps painting, she'll be a dirty homeless too.
I don't care what you say, Grandma. I am going to keep painting, even if I do end up poor.
Why don't you show me a few of your paintings then?
I will. I'm really good in my room. I grabbed every painting of mine I could find. Here, look at how many paintings I've done. And you know what? I'm proud of them.
Wow, honey, we didn't know you did that many.
They look beautiful.
Oh, darling. Let me see.
Then suddenly, Grandma tossed my paintings into our giant fireplace. No!
Mom, how could you?
I threw myself on the floor and cried harder than ever. My beautiful paintings were gone, and Layla was gone.
That's it. That was the last straw. We're moving out of your mansion. We're tired of your cruelty.
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. You can't live without my fancy riches.
But the very next week, my parents and I packed up our stuff and moved into a new place. It was smaller, and it didn't have a tennis court, and I still couldn't stop thinking about Layla and where she could be. Then one day, I found a letter taped to my window. It was signed with Layla's name. Meet me at our hiking trail. I took the very next bus to our trail and tried calling Layla's name, but there was no answer. Then suddenly, who should I see but Grandma? Grandma, what on earth are you doing here?
Darling, I wrote the note taped to your window. I was afraid you wouldn't come to meet me otherwise. And I remembered this was your favorite place to come with Layla.
You mean Layla isn't here? I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her.
Sweetie, I'll do anything to help you find her. But first, I want to apologize for being so awful to you and burning your paintings. I love you, sweetheart.
Grandma started to cry and came over to hug me.
I've been a bully your whole life to your parents and now to you. After I saw your face when I burned your paintings, I realized I wanted to change. I love you, Miriam.
I love you too, Grandma, but it's gonna take me some time to forgive you.
I understand. I don't expect you to ever forgive me, but know that I'm here, and my house is always open to you. And if you do ever find Layla again, you both can move back in with me. I'll adopt her.
Grandma left at that moment, and I stood in the middle of the hiking trail, and then suddenly, I saw Layla sitting on top of a rock. Layla! But as soon as Layla saw me, she started to run up the hiking trail. I chased her as fast as I could, but she was just running and climbing higher. Please wait up.
Go away, Miriam.
Layla, please don't run away from me. I raced up the hiking trail and tried to catch up with Layla, but she was so far ahead of me, I couldn't even see her. Suddenly, I heard a loud cry from above. I looked up to see Layla stuck between two rocks. She looked like she was ready to fall.
Please, someone help me.
Layla, I'm here! Hang on! I rushed to Layla as fast as I could and tried to pull her up, but she wouldn't budge.
My hand is slipping. Do something.
I grabbed Layla with all my might, and she was finally free. Layla and I fell on top of each other and started laughing, but suddenly, Layla looked at me.
Miriam, you're all scratched up.
It's fine, Layla. I don't care. What matters to me is that you're okay. I couldn't live without you.
Really? I mean that much to you?
Yes! You're the most amazing friend and teacher I've ever had. I used to be so bratty and babyish. I had my grandma to run my whole life, but you've changed me. Even though we're not related by blood, you are my family.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, Layla, I talked to my grandma. She apologized for everything. And she said if I ever found you, she'd adopt you.
Oh, Miriam, that's the best news I've ever heard. We'll paint up here every day. I'll teach you everything.
We will. Even if we're never famous, I'll always keep painting with you. I love you, Layla.
I love you too.